Internet dating, is it for the desperate? And speaking to Sonia Deal earlier on, she said that Asians in Canada, for instance, regard it as completely normal and are very open about it. Why do we have such a stigma attached? Is it because it's seen as the last resort and that you have to be desperate and a loser in order to end up trying to find someone on the internet? Or, as Sunita just said, look, it's just a way of using technology to help find someone. And what's wrong with that? Tell me your attitude towards internet dating and finding the man or woman of your dreams via your computer keyboard. Let's speak now to Harj. Good afternoon, Harj.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Would you ever use one of these sites?
I have, actually.
And how did it work out for you?
It worked out well. I've actually been married for nearly 2 years now.
Oh, fantastic. Now, was he the first person that you met on the site, or did you have to go through a few frogs before you met your prince?
No, he was the second one that I actually met off the site, face to face. But prior to that, I did have conversations with people on the phone, and I could just tell that there was no chemistry over the phone. There was just no common ground for us to have a conversation with. And then I just didn't even bother to meet. It was a mutual agreement on both parties. Right. And then obviously I found my husband now.
Right, okay. Now, why did you decide to go this route, Harj?
Only because at the time, obviously, I was 30, and my work, because I worked in the care environment, I was doing nights, earlys, late, constantly being on call as a manager, so I didn't really have the time. And going out onto the nightclub scene is what a lot of people do. That's not really my scene. So I thought, well, somebody had mentioned it to me, and I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And I went onto the site with the attitude that if I find somebody, that's fine. If I don't, that's also fine. And as it happens, I met my husband, and we're now happily married.
And what about? Is there any stigma attached to it? Do you feel ever slightly nervous about telling people that's how you met, or are you completely open with it?
No, I'm completely open with it. I've actually encouraged my sister to actually go on the site, so she's in talking with somebody at the moment.
Oh, good.
I'm not saying that it's all perfect. I mean, I know people that have had bad experiences, where there are people that, just want fun. But obviously there are also people who are on the site, like myself was, and we actually were looking for somebody to spend the rest of our lives with. And it's almost like a bit how you go shopping, really, in the sense that, if you want something nice, you'll shop and shop and shop until you find it. And unfortunately, the internet site is a bit like that. You do have your bad ones, but then there are also the good ones.
What did you say you were looking for when it says to fill in all the different boxes? What did you put in?
I was just honest. I just said that I wanted a man who could be my best friend, somebody who I could talk to, but also valued me as an equal, because I believe marriage is a 50-50, and it's not like the man is the one that does everything or the woman is the one that does everything. We both have an equal say in whatever we do. And as it happens, like my husband, he was of the same belief, and for him, he cooks, he cleans.
Wow.
My fair share.
Wow.
He does everything. And,
oh, my gosh, you're going to have every Asian woman running towards the site now if you found one who cooks and cleans. My gosh.
Oh, I do, yeah. He's very good. He cooks, he cleans, and, he looks after me, and it's vice versa as well. So it's just being honest, really, and being open with the kind of person that you want.
Right.
And, I'm not materialistic, so I wasn't really looking for a man that had a lot of money. Yeah. And that's always been my attitude. I'm not one that goes for money. As long as I've got enough money to put food on the table, pay the bills, go out once a month, I'm quite happy with that.
That's interesting, actually, because I'm looking on this particular site, the site that you used as well. Oh, gosh, yeah, you can put annual income in, can't you?
You can, yes.
Wow.
Yes, you can, and it's just about being honest. And obviously, I mean, there are people on there that don't read your profile. Because I am, unfortunately, I am a smoker. And I was honest, I did put on my profile that, yes, I do smoke. And there were people who had accepted an interest in me, and reading their profile, they clearly stated their partner preference. They didn't want a a person who was smoking.
Right.
And that's when I thought, hang on, you haven't read my profile, and I used to just decline.
Right, okay. Haj, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And well done to you.
Thank you.
So it does work. There you go. It worked for Haj. Hi, Nihal. There's nothing wrong with meeting people online. It gives you a much broader field of people that you perhaps wouldn't normally meet. Also, you can see people's criteria, which helps you narrow down what you want. It's also a fantastic icebreaker, as you both know what each other is about and possibly why you have chosen to meet in person. Myself and 5 family friends have found our partners online. It's not desperate. It's difficult meeting someone. It gives an opportunity for like-minded people to meet. A, who's in the northwest of England, emailed Nihal at bbc.co.uk to say, I met my wife on an internet dating site and we've been happily married for 7 years and 9 months. We have a 6-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. I would just like to say to the gentleman called Jazz that it's not being a weirdo at all. I would say that it's the norm of today, and there are lots of well-educated people who register on these websites. I would like to say that Jazz is a weirdo. Is Jazz married himself? If he's not, then he cannot call other people who are happily married and who have met through internet dating sites weirdos. Fatia from Paris has emailed in to say internet dating is the way forward. People spend their days on Facebook and other social networks. The only difference is that these dating sites have a specific purpose. You can choose criteria, but obviously that doesn't mean you're going to meet just the person you want. It's just another means of meeting people. My parents, Muslim, think it's safer to meet them online rather than randomly in the street or club. That's according to Fatia. What do you think? I just put in, you see, now I've just made my search on this particular website even more interesting, and I put $200,000 plus income, right? And someone's going to be saying government employee in Western Sri Lanka. Now, I know for a fact, for you to be on $200,000 plus as a government employee, Mr. 15%, Mrs. 15%. That's all I'm saying. I'm not wishing to slander anyone, but my gosh, I don't think any government jobs in Sri Lanka pay $200,000 plus a week. I'm thinking that perhaps sometimes people aren't very honest on these sites. Rahana said, Hi Nihal, I'm a Muslim girl who found it difficult to find a partner as free mixing socialising with men is not prohibited. So I turned to Shadi.com and met my wonderful husband. We've now been married for 5 years. Internet is the way forward. It's a way of finding a partner who is like-minded as you. Zara in London called us on 08459 440 445. You can do exactly the same thing. Good afternoon, Zara.
Hi Nihal.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Now, you did find love, is that right?
I did, yes.
Okay, how long ago was that?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay, and why did you resort to the internet?
Basically, I'm Muslim myself, and I think obviously there's always been this whole sort of, I think, pressure in the Muslim community to sort of get married quite early on and go down the whole traditional route of arranged marriages and all the rest of that. But to be honest, that's not what I wanted to do, and I just literally wanted to go out there and meet somebody for myself. I tried all the methods of going out, to restaurants with friends, going out to clubs, and to be honest, it's hard to approach somebody out there. And it's not that I'm not a sociable person and, I'm unable to speak to anybody, but I found that online dating, there are a lot of genuine people out there that have good profiles. You get to find out all the information about them and literally, go and meet as many people as you want.
Right, okay. And before you met your husband, Zara, I'll phrase it the same way that I phrased it to someone who called in earlier. Did you have to go through a lot of frogs before you met your prince?
The thing is, if you're on an online dating site, you can really select by what you're looking for.
Right.
So, if you want to look for somebody by a certain age, location, even height, you can do that. And to be honest, I think if you're going to be on an online dating site, there's no point lying about yourself because you're going to meet them. And to be honest, I didn't really meet that many frogs. They were all really nice guys.
Right, cool.
But you have to have that spark and connect.
Did you specify income?
No.
Why not?
I'm an independent person and money doesn't bother me.
Right.
I make my own money, so that's not a major factor.
Yeah, I'm interested by that idea that maybe there's a stigma attached to putting income, but it's pretty reasonable, isn't it, to ask how much? Because after all, it's not greed. You're just saying, well, you want to know that they're professional, presumably.
Yeah, but you can tell that by the type of occupation, I suppose, they do. I mean, once you get speaking to somebody on the website, then you can ask them, what do you do for a living? But I think asking about your income can be a bit personal. Some people don't want to disclose the information straight away, but I can understand why some people may want to do that.
So once you've seen a selection of people on the site, When do you actually meet up? At what point did you decide, OK, I want to actually meet this person?
Well, we basically emailed for a while, and then obviously we exchanged phone numbers and spoke on the phone. And then obviously I think we just both got to a point where we were really comfortable to meet one another. And I think it was maybe within about 3 weeks, really.
3 weeks, OK, wow. And nervous? Do you remember what that was like?
It's any first date is going to be nervous because, you know, you've never really met this person. You've spoken on the phone, and yes, you've had your email conversations, but face-to-face is always, you know, you do have the butterflies. But I think because we had that initial conversation on the emails and phone calls, I don't think it's that nervous. But it's excited nervous, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. And it worked out very, very well for you, didn't it?
It did, yes.
Fantastic.
But yeah, I would definitely say to everybody who, you know, are there weirdos on there? Not really. I think you just have to go out there, look at all the different sites that are out there. I mean, I went onto a couple UK sites, and they were fine. I mean, I think the international ones, I can understand why there's stigma attached, like Shardy.com. I wasn't on there. I know there was a lot of stigma attached to that site, but the UK ones are quite reputable.
Right, okay, and also Shardy is reputable as well, has a good reputation, and we've had people emailing and texting in today saying they found their partners from Shardy.com as well. Zara, thank you.
Based on my experience.
Yeah, no, obviously, absolutely, and you have every right to tell us your own experiences, but congratulations on meeting the man of your dreams through us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Zara, bye-bye.
Thanks.
The sound of Asian Britain on digital TV, iPlayer and online.
This is BBC Asian Network.